Welcome back. Today we're gonna look at things that make us feel really small until I just can't take it anymore. Brief note for any of my regular viewers. New background, yay! I was experimenting with a different background last video because, as I mentioned in that video, I moved my setup to a different part of my apartment. And so I tried something that I really didn't like, and I tried to make it work, and I just scrapped it because I came up with a better idea. You know what, let me just show you actually. I like it so far. I'll probably add more to it as time goes on when we get like more things, but I just want to put a bunch of like references to videos in the background. It's not perfect yet. I'll probably move stuff. I want to put more posters here, but I only had a magnet for one. But don't worry guys, Bold and Brash is back due to popular demand. Enough chuckles, let's jump into it. Let's look at stuff that makes us feel so small and so fragile until we start losing our minds a little bit, all right? Okay, here we go. That's how many Earths fit in Jupiter. That's how many Jupiters fit in the sun. I think they maybe did too many. That's not gonna fit. That's the sun compared to Stephenson 218. Okay, tell me it's over. There's not more, right? Oh no, it gets worse. Oh, dude. Oh yeah, the black hole. Ton 618, baby. That's as big as it gets though. That's where it stops. It was pretty much too big right away. Like, this is a lot, man. They didn't give us a number of how many Earths fit in Jupiter, but it looks like at least hundreds, right? And then how many Jupiters fit in the sun? I can't tell if they're saying all these will fit in here, or if they're just kind of like, I don't know, they're definitely spilling over. They're kind of making a little mess here. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but definitely hundreds, maybe even thousands, depending on what they're trying to imply here. And then yeah, this sun right here, it's a tiny little dot compared to this sun. And then obviously, as you know, that sun is a tiny little dot to the biggest black hole that we know of. Can't even say the biggest black hole that exists. We can only say the biggest one we know of. Isn't that weird? That's kind of true for all this. We're like, oh yeah, this is the biggest star we know of, over 2,000 times wider than our sun. And we can't even say for sure that's as big as it gets, right? There could be bigger ones as far as we know. And that makes me feel a little panicky, but that's okay. Let's move on. Starting off with a big one here. A big one? Really? Good one. Starting off with a big one. They're all big ones. Everything in here today is big. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let's do something a little bit different. An animation by Mr. Friend. Okay, some astronauts on the moon. Just checking out the Earth. Man, it's beautiful. I hope nothing bad happens to it. What's that purple flash? Oh, no. Wait, put that back. That's not yours. Dude, come on, man. Yeah, all right. This one almost plays like a comedy. Obviously, if you think about it, if you imagine this scenario in a real life sense, you kind of make it make sense in your head. Scary, of course, but this is almost comedic. A little hand just being like, I think I'll have that, thanks. And the astronauts are just like, bro, kind of embarrassing to have your planet just grabbed right from under you like that, you know? Also, crazy bad luck to be on the moon when that happens. Like, people are not usually on the moon. Imagine during the specific moment that you're on the moon, your planet gets stolen. Anyway, let's get back to the serious stuff. Saturn's 200-kilometer wide moon, Janus, imaged by Cassini on September 25th, 2006. Yeah, man. This little corner of blue here does a lot for us because this looks like just a solid color. But once you see the edge of it, you realize, oh, this is Saturn and this is just a moon, which to me looks just like a rock. I mean, I know that's kind of what moons are, but our moon, and I'm a little biased, but I think our moon is the best moon, and I'll explain to you why. Our moon, spherical. Very, very uniform, very perfectly spherical. It's like a perfect ball. Sure, it's got some craters. Who doesn't? But this guy, look at him. All bumpy and craggy, and you couldn't roll this down a hill. This just looks so weird, especially knowing Saturn is a gas planet. So there's not like land here. You really are just looking at the surface of something you would still fall through, you know? But it's massive. The view from being on this would be insane. Imagine seeing this in every direction. I hope someday we get videos like that where we can send like little rovers around to get like videos from the surface of just random things. Like, I would love to see a video from the surface of some of these planets' moons. You know, just like driving around. Like, what would it be like to be there kind of videos, you know, like little POV stuff, you know, just so we can freak out about it from home and be like, wow, we truly are insignificant and fragile. This is an annular solar eclipse, a rare type of eclipse where the shadow cast by the moon causes a ring of fire effect. Bro, that's not an eclipse. That's a black hole. That's tons 618. That's crazy. Is that real? Why have I never seen this before? I don't know, after a little research, I couldn't find any more images of this like line across here. An annular solar eclipse is just when there's a ring around the moon because it's not completely covering it, which is like, yeah, we know that. We know that that can happen. But they made me think that this like solar black hole warping line here was like a normal thing that happens, which I don't think it is, but we can say, hey, this is terrifying because it looks like a black hole. Dude, seeing a black hole just chilling up in space, like from your planet. I mean, in reality, we'd be dead before we got to the black hole because we would leave our spot in orbit. Unless, of course, our entire solar system was being pulled at a nice fixed rate where we were all moving together, you know, we were staying the same distance from the sun. Maybe we wouldn't even notice until it was too late. Saturn. We just saw Saturn from way closer. This is like a little bit underwhelming, not gonna lie. But Saturn from a distance, you know, like seeing something we know is so big, looking like small and kind of far away. I don't know. It's like an inverse effect. Big things are scary when they're close up. But on the other hand, a big thing that you know how big it is, or at least you try to comprehend how big it is, looking kind of small in the vastness of something bigger, like space, the ultimate big thing. Ominous. I'll say that much. Definitely ominous. Just chilling, man. Just watching. But it also looks kind of cool. There's something sweet about that. I do wish sometimes that the planets were just like a little bit closer to us, or rather that they could be closer to us, that we could see like the shape of them with the naked eye, because they're just the right distance where they just look like big stars when we can see them. But imagine looking up there and seeing like the rings around the planets, like being able to tell. Maybe I don't wish that. Maybe that'd freak me out, but I think it would be cool. Here's a sort of low-res map of a supercluster called the Laniakea supercluster, potentially. Approximately 100,000 galaxies in this supercluster. And this dot, our galaxy, our sweet little galaxy, kind of at the tip of whatever this is. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is like obviously just a graphic. They didn't fly out there and turn around and take this photo, although that would be kind of sick to be able to do that. I don't know what these lines represent. They look kind of like big, hairy space centipedes, and I don't like that. I feel like I always say this, but there's a certain amount of size and numbers that it just doesn't even matter, where it's like, oh yeah, 100,000 galaxies. Yeah, that's something I can comprehend. Like, I can comprehend how big the Earth is, you know? I can comprehend, based on that, like how big some of these other planets are. 100,000 galaxies in, not the universe, just this supercluster. That almost means nothing to me. If I think about it for long enough, I feel like I get close to comprehending it, but then I start feeling a little woozy and feel like I might pass out. And that's not what I'm here to do today. We just started, so let's keep going. Footage of Earth from the ISS. Dude. Are there not windows inside the ISS? Why are y'all always outside? This is like close to the maximum of what I can comprehend. Like looking at Earth from space. Like, I know how big Earth is. I feel like I have a decent grasp of that. And then just looking back on it from like that distance away as just like a guy. Like, I know everything else we look at today will probably be way bigger than the Earth naturally, but somehow this is what gets me the most because I understand it. Dude, imagine just floating there looking down on the Earth. And then imagine, like, you know, your rope snaps and you start drifting off into space. That's probably the most terrifying thing I can think of, because you wouldn't die right away, but you know that you're going to. Very nice though. Thanks for taking that video. Very cool. I don't understand how you could do that without having an instant panic attack though. Like being outside the space station. Honestly, being inside the space station. Just being in space for like longer than a second. Like, I have such a hard time sleeping in like a new hotel. Well, they're all new hotels to me. But sleeping in like a hotel or like at a friend's place or something, I have a hard time with that because I'm like, this is like a new environment. My brain's like, hey, this is different. I want to be safe at home in my bed. There's zero chance I would sleep on a space station. Here we go. We've seen this one before. The small dot is Mercury in front of the sun. Yep. Mercury, That's a planet. Mercury is the smallest planet in our system. It's only like a little bit bigger than our moon, which by the way is the best moon, but the sun looks stupid big. We'll move on because we've seen this picture a bunch of times, but this is a great illustration of how big our sun is. The universe isn't that big. As if anyone's ever said that before. Oh yeah, you don't think so? Okay, punk. Dude. And now keep in mind, these aren't all just stars. These are like solar systems, right? There's stuff orbiting all these stars. Well, I don't know about all of them, but you know what I mean? Like if they zoom in on a star, yeah, there you go. So there is a star with its own planets. And look, there we are, third from the sun. Isn't that nice? And there's our little moon. Yep. Now zoom in and show me. Is this Florida? Why would you zoom in on Florida? Yep, the universe is big, dude. POV, if the sun exploded, this'll be fun. Are you sure you smashed subscribe and hit the notification bell? You better do it quick. You don't want to die with any regrets. Oof. Oh, man. That does it for me, man. Would we hear the boom? Seeing the sun kind of shrink in to explode would be such a freaky thing to see. Like how dark it is here. Like, talk about a little calm moment before the literal world, the literal solar system explodes. Seeing the sun behaving weirdly without it being an eclipse would be so scary. Just seeing the sun do anything other than just be a big ball of fire. Sun, just stay there. We'll orbit around you. You don't got to do nothing. All right, just stay there and produce just the sweet spot amount of heat for us. Maybe a little bit less. Actually, it's getting a little toasty out here. The sun doing anything would be so scary. Imagine it like growing or shrinking or like being a slightly different shape. Like imagine it looking kind of squished one day, or maybe it's a triangle one day and you're like, bro, that's not the right shape. All of it would be quite freaky to see. Let's blow up one more time. Ain't nobody surviving that, dude. Olympus Mons, the tallest mountain in the solar system at 21.9 kilometers high. That's 13.6 miles or 72,000 feet. Dude, what's funny is this doesn't even look that tall. It's just so wide that it's so gradual. Seeing this from the ground would be crazy. Just knowing it's that tall and it doesn't even look that tall, that's freaky. I don't like that. This mountain is supposedly about the size of, sorry, my neighbor is looking at me outside my window. They can see me in this room. I gotta close my blinds next time I film. Lock in, Greg. I know strangers just saw you talking to your camera, which is not supposed to happen. Wait a second, then what am I doing right now to you? Big mountain. It's around the size of the state of Utah, which again, that's not gonna mean much to most people, but if you're in Utah, imagine your entire state was a mountain. And it was also almost 14 miles tall. I don't know what anyone's supposed to do with that information, but that's big. It also looks like an egg, like a fried egg. Largest known black hole, ton 681. Yep, we know. Seen it. 66 billion times our sun's mass. Triangulum galaxy, a galaxy of 40 billion stars. That's a lot, guys. Mass, 50 billion times our sun's mass. So this black hole, the largest one that we know of, being bigger than an entire galaxy with 40 billion stars. Not bigger, sorry. More mass, heavier. I will say this goes a little bit outside of what I understand about astrophysics. Like the mass of 40 billion stars, I can understand that. It's just kind of like you add the mass of all 40 billion stars and planets and everything, of course. I don't fully wrap my head around how a black hole could have more mass than an entire galaxy. That's just weird. We're getting closer to me having a breakdown. We're getting there, all right? We're on our way. The size of the Carina Nebula with our solar system for scale. There's a little tiny pinky toe up here. Oh, what's that speck on the edge of the pinky toe? Oh, there's the sun. We weren't even this speck. We're just a speck near the speck. That's kind of insulting, honestly. Yeah, I don't like that. But man, look how beautiful this is. And this looks like a toe. And we live on the edge of that toe. Next time you think you're some sort of hotshot, remember you're a speck on a toe. That'll humble you up real quick. Okay, here we go. An animated one. We gotta lighten things up for a sec here. The portal again? It's the same video. Oh no. Please don't take Earth again. Please don't take Mars. Okay, you can have Mars. I don't mind that. Take Mars. No. Hey dude, he's being gentle about it though. Although it looks like he maybe still killed everyone. No way would he see the ship they're on, right? Not the moon. You're kidding me, dude. There's no way. How petty can you possibly be? You're joking. You're joking, dude. Oh, man. The aliens saw us flying around in space and threw the moon at us. I hate when that happens, dude. So annoying. Also, I don't know what the alien was doing. You know, like it showed up. He just wanted to like touch them both gently. And then he realized that we caught him like being kind of a freak. So he throws the moon at us. In 1984, Bruce McCandless hovered 320 feet away from the Challenger and made it back safely with a jetpack. From it, brought us one of the most terrifying pictures of space, potentially of all time. And I mean like for me, because again, this is the kind of thing that I can comprehend. I can't comprehend much bigger than this. But this is a guy not attached to anything. He's just in space. Just a guy. Just in space. And I'm glad that this story ends with him getting back to the ship. I'm pretty sure he was just doing it for the photo op, right? It makes a great photo. Yeah, so scary, dude. Terrifying to be in space. Terrifying to be on the space station. Terrifying to be outside the space station, but still attached to it. Like, what would it feel like to do this? I know this would be like one of the coolest things to get to have done, but I don't think I would enjoy a second of it. I think I'd be filled with a blind fear the entire time. I don't think I would remember a second of this. I mean, that's me, of course. These are people that are much braver than I to even be up there and to have trained for this. So like, I'm sure it was awesome for him. Bless him. This is an amazing photo. And this illustrates the fear of space wonderfully. Just a guy out in the void. All right. Another animated one from Mr. Friend. Oh no. But why? Oh no. No. Why are you acting like that, Jupiter? Oh, here we go. Just like I said, adrift in space. No, come on. Although maybe that's good because it's not like you're gonna survive that, so you might as well get taken out by your own space station instead of having to watch your planet get exploded and then dying. Animated ones, like I said, they don't always get me, but they kind of tickle our imaginations a little bit, you know? So we can kind of think about what that would be like if that was real. Okay, only a couple more here. We're almost done. I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit. I think after spending like an hour just solidifying the fact that I am tiny and that my existence kind of means nothing, I'm gonna have a weird day today. Humanity is destined to build this. Okay. Where are we going? Nice. Then the world looks sick, dude. Looks like a Apex Legends map. Whoa, dude. There we go. Wait. Whoa. And I thought the big ship was the thing we're destined to build. But that was a little trick. We're gonna build a giant space station. Another animated one. But this looks cool. I like this. And honestly, this right here looked kind of scary. I was like, oh, hell no. But hey, if you tell me it's chill, I'll believe you. I'll take your word for it. Oh, we got Stevenson 218 again. Yeah? Oh, new biggest star. Recently discovered. The audacity, the arrogance even, for us to say, new biggest star. No, man, I think it was already there. We just found it. The odds are pretty good that there's an even bigger one. But let's watch this right here again. Here's our sun. There's Jupiter. And then we're just like another speck somewhere, you know? I mean, if we really were this close to it and we were just looking at it like from the ground, or I guess maybe it was above us or something, it would look just like a sheet. Like it would look like a flat surface as far as you can see in every direction. Of course, we wouldn't be able to get that close, but like if we ever were, like it's so big, it would just look like a flat wall infinitely in every direction. Like it would just be that big. Crazy. It would also burn up into a crisp in an instant, but you know what? Maybe we don't. I'm pretty heat resistant, you know, I don't sunburn too easy. Okay, 2 more. Some perspective on how large Saturn's hexagonal storm is. There is the United States of America. It's just a teeny little center here. And this is just like the tippy top of Saturn. The Earth's gotta be like not that much bigger than this, right? Imagine a storm bigger than your entire continent or even like your entire planet. No good. Also, it's so strange that it's like a hexagon like that. Weird, but I kind of like it. I think it's cool. All right, last one. If Andromeda was brighter, this is how big it would be in the night sky. Andromeda is millions of light years away from us. The fact that it would look that big from here, like that's a good way to frame it because I can kind of get that. Like millions of light years still kind of means nothing to me, but the fact that an entire galaxy could be that big from Earth, like what, 2.5 million light years away? Fun fact too, Andromeda is moving towards us at like 300 kilometers per second or something, which sounds like a lot. Like, man, that's fast, 300 kilometers per second. But it's still like billions of years from reaching us. So like, we'll be fine. Just don't live a billion years. But yeah, dude, this is good. I like this. This is sick. Again, though, I wish I could see this stuff. Like, I wish the planets and everything were just like brighter and clearer and closer, like without it disrupting things, of course. But like, imagine how cool the night sky would look if we could just see the other galaxies and planets like in their shapes moving around. I don't know if we'd have the same fear of it if it was more known to us. Astrophobia, just like the fear of space, really is kind of a fear of the unknown and a fear of big things, of course, too. But I think if it was less unknown to us, like it was more right there, it'd be probably less frightening. Still frightening, probably, for those of us with a tendency to overthink things, but it's probably not as much because it'd be more familiar to us. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up. I think I am about to lose my marbles, and I need to go and kiss the ground, drink a glass of water, and just remind myself that we're all made of matter, so we all matter, baby. Isn't that nice? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I cherish every single one of you. That's right, cherish. YouTuber ever said they cherished you before? I don't think so. Bye-bye.